Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 2 of the mini album series, and today we're going to be going over how to create the 3-ring binder mini album for the base of your mini album. So as you can see, this is what it's going to intentionally look like when we're all completed with the album, and I'm going to go over how to create this. And you guys, I am almost out of adhesive, if you could see that, so I'm going to have to get more. So I'm not sure how this video is going to go, but I'm going to try to get it done. I might have to use like a glue stick or something, but I'll go back when I get my new adhesive and redo it and stuff. But okay, so let's get started. First, what you're going to do is you're going to cut out a piece of your paper to 8 inches by 12 inches long. So it's just a 12-inch piece cut at 8 inches, and you're going to have a piece that looks like this. Then, on the back, I already adhered down my pieces of chipboard, but you're going to need to adhere down your pieces of chipboard so that you're going to need to cut out 2 pieces that are 4.5 inches wide by 7 inches tall. So here are my 2 pieces. And then you're going to need to cut out one, which is 1 3/4 inches wide by 7 inches tall. So everything's 7 inches tall, and then you're going to need 2 at 4.5 and 1 at 1 3/4. And this is going to be the spine of the book right here. And then these are going to be the front and the back covers of the book. And I already pulled off my sticky strip all along the edges, except for this one here. And all I did was I placed them on here so that I have a 1/2 inch border around everything. You're going to actually cut your corners off, leaving about the width of your piece of chipboard on your corner. So if you could like tell that I have a little bit more left on there, trim off a little bit more on here, and I'm just going to kind of move those out of the way there. And then again, you're just going to push up your paper onto the edges of your chipboard, and it's just going to create a nice seam, and you're not even going to be able to see the side of your chipboard. Okay guys, so as you can see, I have this really nice seamed edge, which is really completely done. Okay guys, sorry about that. I now have my piece of cardstock that I'm going to line the inside with, and the paper I used on the outside was from the Oh Baby Boy by Basic Gray, and then this one's a Chatterbox paper. There's no collection for it, it's just I had a piece of it. So then what you're going to do is you're going to cut this down to 6 3/4 by 10 3/4, and you're going to add adhesive on these edges here, and I'm hoping I don't run out of adhesive, you guys. And then strips on the inside and on the sides. Okay, I didn't run out of adhesive, but if you could see all of that adhesive strip along the edges, all around the edges, and then in the center, because you're going to want it to be nice and tight in the center. And then I'm going to line this up, kind of going across my album. Second, I'm kind of pulling it to make sure that it's completely centered. And then I'm going to press this on, sorry about that, to the album base. And you're just going to make sure that there's a nice firm bond along there. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to fold up on one side and of that joint, and then you're going to fold up on the other side of that joint. And then you're going to have your binder, intentionally what looks like a binder, and then you're going to add your binding holes. So I flip it over in the back, or I like to do it on the inside because you can really see those crease lines, and I'm going to lay this down and kind of center it. And this is a template which I created by cutting out a strip of paper that was 4 7/8 inches long by 2 inches wide. You go up 1 inch on either side, and then you go from that line that you created, the 1 inch mark, you're going to go down 1.5 inches and down another 1.5 inches. So it's going to create this kind of looking pattern, and then you're going to go in a 1/2 inch on each one of those lines and create this. And she shows you how to make that, Laura from Following the Paper Trail, if you want to get a little bit more details on how to create that. And then I just take this and I go in and use it as a template, and I use a pencil, and I just go like that, and you're going to have your 6 holes to be punched that you're going to need to punch, and then I have my big bite punch here, and I'm going to make sure it's on the right setting, and it is, and I'm going to push this back, and then I'm going to punch out the 6 holes in my chipboard, and these are going to create the holes for your binding rings to go through. Okay, so then I have that done. One second, you guys. There's a little bit of stuff poking out there. I'm going to move that off to the side. Then I have my 3 binding rings, and these are just 1-inch binding rings. And when I created my template, I created it a little bit too close together, so my binding rings are really hard to get in to the holes, but if you create your template good enough, they'll be very simple to get in. But I just go in one side, back around this side, and I kind of slip it in that hole, and then you're going to have this here, and it creates a really snug fit, and this will not move at all. So you have this binding ring on this side, and you're going to do that to all of your rings. Just slip it in the hole. You're going to have to open up really pretty wide so it looks something like that, and then you're going to slip it in the hole, out to your other hole, and close it up on the opposite side. So one last time, in your hole, out the opposite hole, and closing the binding ring. If this one will close, there we go. So it looks something like this, a 3-ring binder, and as you can see, that's a 3-ring binder. And I will see you in episode 3 of how we're going to assemble the front cover using some of these adorable little handmade flowers that I designed for the front cover, and you can find these from Split Coast Stampers, so that's just a heads up. So if you want to go over there and find the flowers, you could have those already made for your cover, and I'm going to use about 3 of them. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you at episode 3. Bye everyone.